Hi, this is Paul at Crystal Commerce, and I'm excited to show you a prototype of some improvements we're going to be making to the inventory page. Since the launch of Admin 2, we've had some great feedback regarding the changes that were made, particularly in how the space is utilized on the inventory page. So we've taken your feedback and come up with some improvements that I think you're really going to love. One of the main changes is how the 3 different filter sections on the inventory page will be accessed. In your current admin right now, it has those like accordion filters you have to kind of scroll up and down the page to use. And we're going to be replacing that with these tabs across the top. So if we select Magic Singles here, and we'll put in a filter here right now, we can see we have this number here showing the number of filters used within this tab, and then each one will have an X button. And then we can access the descriptors here, so we have all the colors, rarity, etc. And variants here to select conditions, which will be much better than if we go to how the current system works. If we have Magic Single selected, we have the product filters here, but then we'd have to collapse them and expand the product type filters, or like scroll down the page to access those filters. And there's just a lot of like kind of scrolling up and down. So this really cleans that up. The other thing is we're going to be improving the logic behind selecting categories and product types. If we go to the current admin, we have Magic Single selected. I'll go ahead and deselect it so you can see what I'm talking about a little more clearly here. So if we select Magic Singles, it'll automatically select the Magic Singles product type, which is good. But then if we select Pokemon Singles, this doesn't change. So if we just select those 2 categories and search, it's only going to show us Magic Singles, because there aren't any products within Pokemon Singles that have the Magic Singles product type. So if we go to our prototype here, if we have Magic Singles and Pokemon Singles selected, this changes from Magic Singles to all product types. That's another little change we're making, is this any product type checkbox. We're getting rid of that, and we're just going to put it as an option within the product type search bar. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense to have it kind of separated out like that. And then we also have this nice little tooltip here. Categories are selected which span multiple product types. To search by product type, first deselect the category filters. We've also made it a little more clear on the descriptors and variants tabs. We've made it more clear why you can't select any descriptors. It'll say descriptor filters not available for your category selection, and if we hover over this, it'll explain a little more why. It says descriptor filters are only available when all selected categories are within the same product type. And then under variants, just like it currently works, we'll only have the variant filters that can be used across multiple product types, because different product types have different variants that they use, like different conditions. You can't select the specific conditions, but you can still do things like search for quantity and use these filters. We've just made it a little more clear why the checkboxes for the different variants are excluded. If we hover over this, it'll say categories across multiple product types are selected, so category-specific variant filters are hidden. Just make it a little more clear as to what's going on there. Another thing that we've changed with the in relation to product types and categories, if we select Magic Singles and then we select a different product type, like Magic Products, now it'll give you this kind of warning, just letting you know some of the selected categories have a different product type than what's selected in the product type filter, and you might get unexpected results. We have also updated some of the buttons, updated a little bit of the layout. For example, we have the search button is now in a place that makes more sense from a UI perspective. Before, it was under the category tree, and we've basically made it so that this whole page is realigned. It looks a lot cleaner, and it didn't make much sense to have the search button over here. The intended workflow would be to select your category and then select any of the filters that you want to use, and then search. So you know, the search button should be kind of at the end of the workflow. And the way it was before is you'd select your category and then select any filters, and you'd have to go back to using the search button. We also have, this is the current admin, we have this export to CSV and clear all search filters under this menu here. And it didn't really make much sense to have them hidden away. So we just made buttons for them where they belong. So we have clear all filters as just a button here at the top of the search filters. And then export search to CSV is now a button by search, which is kind of how it was in the previous version of the admin. And yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the changes we're making to your inventory page. Some of the few other things that were that aren't in this prototype, but that we are also talking about changing. I forgot to mention the create new product type. The create new product button has moved from kind of floating over here on its own to over here. It just looks better. We are also talking about moving this you have 0 file reports thing. This currently goes to your generated reports page, and moving this under the reports section here in the main nav where it makes more sense. And then we're also talking about having a help section up here on the top bar here, and that would be where something like keyboard shortcuts would go. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed. Let us know what you think, and thanks for watching, and have a good one.